Might be nice if I actually added myself to the stream. Hello, everybody. It is time once again for your favorite rotating show on YouTube. Yes, we're talking about the Brofessionals. And I know you're saying to yourself, Aaron, are you hosting again? It's as Charlton Heston might say, it's a madhouse, a madhouse. Well, Graham will be launching. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't even say this, but I switched with Graham. I'll let him talk about it. And that's why I'm here instead of Graham, but he'll be here next week. So anyway, there you have it. That's all I know. And that's all I'm saying. So this is going to be kind of a bit of a, I guess we like to call a hangout stream. I did bring in a topic, the Gil Kane covers, because I thought that would be fun, but we're just going to hang out. We don't even know who's going to show up at this point. It's craziness, but I know there's a couple guys here. First in the door, it's usually Andy. And once again, it is Andy. There he is.
Yes. Hello. Good evening. I have a question. So I know we usually do 3 rounds. Now, I don't know if you know, but I've been posting a Gil Kane cover every day. So can I have extra time? Because as of today, there's 280 that I've posted.
And that probably doesn't even scratch the surface, does it?
I mean, we might go till tomorrow morning, but
No, I've got
280 rounds.
I got like 7 or 8 of them lined up myself, and those aren't even all the ones I wanted to share. So let's
I did go over. I got 1, 2, 3. I got 5, but there were more. But yeah, Graham, it's tough.
Yeah, it is. He not only was he incredibly prolific, he was incredibly good. So it's like that makes it, there's a ton of really good covers out there. Now, Graham, of course, being a DC guy in his youth mostly, will he go Gil Kane DC, or will he cross the bridge and do Gil Kane Marvel? We'll find out. Graham, can you give us a hint?
Well, I was not a DC thing.
Spider-Man guy. He's a Spider-Man guy.
Yeah, I love Spider-Man. I mean, I love them both. I wasn't one or the other, to be honest.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you leaned DC.
No. I mean, I loved Batman and Superman were my 2 favorites at DC, and then Spider-Man and Fantastic Four were my favorites at Marvel.
Okay. Well, so you spread it around. Me,
yeah.
I hated DC except for the Spectre and Swamp Thing and Deadman. There you go. Wow. So everything else was Marvel. I was a Marvel zombie. We got a few zombies in the chat. Let's say hello to them real quick. Leg Kick is here because Leg Kick is almost always here. Creative Faye, that's right. Marcus Killigrew, purveyor of all things pop culture knowledge. Past Master Dan is joining us. Duck Bacon, Randy Howell, all the way from Canada. James Murphy, Nicholas Gear. And then everybody's talking to each other. There's Dan, the Pizza Man, Genovese. Graham Nolan's in the chat. How about that? Andy Smith as well. What? Ronald Shaw, Chris Thacker, Toshiro, a blue boy. Look at this right out of the gate. Best Gil Kane cover period, Tomb of Dracula 6. Unfortunately, that was Neil Adams, but nice try, blue boy. Jeez.
Know your stuff.
Know your stuff. It is a great cover. I want to get it, though. It has like this kind of monster, hairy monster creature coming out of the swamp, and Dracula's got some girl, and he's kind of turning back to look at the monster. Very nice. Okay. Citizen Ronan's here.
Sounds like that monster's trying to cock block Dracula there. Drac's like, dude, I only got a few hours before sunup.
What are you doing?
Interrupting my bite to eat.
Headless Bourgeoisie. How about this? Have any of you seen the Ring of Nebulung miniseries Kane illustrated for DC in 1989? Color?
Oh, yeah, I got the trade paperback.
I know that.
Yeah. Roy Thomas wrote it.
Yeah. It was like a barbarian thing, wasn't it? Kind of.
It's
fantasy.
It's
fantasy,
more like a Valkyrie. It's based on an opera.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a
Valkyrie
opera.
I'm completely uncultured. I'd have no idea. Nicholas Culture, Robert the Bruce, Nicholas Gear, Stealth X5, Ronald Shaw, Chris. Is it Giuliano or Juliano?
Juliano.
He's accusing me of watching an Abbott and Costello film. I don't have anything wrong against Abbott and Costello. I think they're funny. I'm just saying that Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein, I do not think is funny. That's all I'm saying.
Boy, and he said it again last night.
That's all I'm saying. Hey, by the way, Graham, you got struck in the middle of your show.
I know.
Did you come back, or is that it?
No, it came back.
Okay.
It was only struck for like 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, that
Did
was
you do?
enough for me to lose interest. And
I
moved on.
I was playing an entire scene from an Abbott and Costello movie. It's one of the great ones. They sit down, they go through like 6 or 7 different bits,
Mhm.
and they struck me right after the last bit. So they were getting the check at the restaurant, and I got struck. So I got all my stuff in before they got me.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Bloody Drake is here. Robert Doan's Pills is joining us. Pantheon Scott Grow. You need an intro with each of you doing cool mafia or superhero poses. Yeah, we need a lot of stuff, but time.
Takes time and money.
I know, and we have
That's right.
neither.
Yeah.
LE, the Final Metamorphosis, is joining us. And Spaceman is here. Doc Brewski Borovohe Garabik. I'm always proud of myself because I really think I'm saying that correctly, although I may just be completely butchering it, but it sounds good. Let's see. Wizard. I said Wizard Sleeves. Blue Boy. Now he's my actual favorite Gil Kane covers are his Green Lanterns. Notice he's backing off now and not giving us any issue numbers because he's already embarrassed himself once. So
That's right.
okay. Anyway, so here we are waiting for Art, who we know right now is eating dinner. You know that's exactly what he's doing.
Of course.
Billy is at a wrestling match, probably, or getting some sort of.
Oh, that's
Civic
right. Billy had
award.
asked if we could push this back tonight.
Yeah, and I said no.
Oh, that's beautiful. All right.
I want to eat dinner at 6 my time, not 8.
I love it. So wait, I actually thought you did it at 7 because we know out of all of us, you're the one that's like, oh, I never read backwards. So I just assumed you didn't read backwards to see where Billy asked about that.
I didn't actually. I just found out about it right now. I was just going with it and you ruined it for me.
Oh,
No, hey, it's like I got called in to pinch hit, and I'm calling the shots, and I'm saying 4 o'clock or my time, 7 o'clock your time. So that seems reasonable to me.
See, it's okay, buddy. You're just compensating for how people just steamrolled you last night. Graham, you weren't there. Aaron got a little steamrolled by people.
oh,
I'd have to go back and watch it, but basically, I don't even know what the topic was, but I busted his ball somehow. And then Billy one upped what I said. And I got to tell you, it was Jimmy after that, wasn't it? Yeah, just out of the park. It was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was happening before I'd been bludgeoned, but I got revenge later in the show, so I felt okay.
3 in a row.
I finished what I was doing and tried to get in there, and I went on and I looked, I saw there was 10 guys in already. So I just said, well, night off for Nolan.
That's right. That's the way you look at it. Us old guys, man, we need a little extra rest, man, especially when you're juggling 2 campaigns like I am. I am fulfilling Kit Carter, but also working on Wraith of God. And Andy, you've got your core draft that you're working on, but you're shipping out the children's books, right?
I shipped out 8 more of those today.
See? And then Graham, you got like 2 things. You're like, editor-in-chief of the Eye of Ra, and then you're working on Monster Island. So
and writer.
And writer. Well, I assume you already wrote it at this point, but
well, we're doing this Marvel style.
Oh.
So Chuck and I worked on the plot, and then we'll dialogue it as the pages are completed.
Comics Legend says, I can't wait for Jimmy's Wraith.
Oh my God, Jimmy does Wraith of God spelled like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Jimmy does Wraith to instill Aaron's wrath. So
yeah, that's right.
What if he does God of Wraith?
Oh, or God of Wrath.
What if he does good and goes after Malin?
Yeah. Good like.
See, if Jimmy was smart, instead of keep the Western theme he's doing, but instead of a dude starring in the book riding the horse, he does a chick.
Yeah. I heard he's doing Monster Peninsula.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very close to Monster Island, but it's a peninsula. So
it's still attached to the mainland, so it's different.
Yeah, it's
son of a bitch. There goes my next idea for my project. Damn it. I'm doing next I'm doing Wraith of Monsters in black and white.
You got all your bases covered there.
Right, and the star of the book happens to be this hot Asian chick. Except she's Western, because I thought that'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, you could make her cybernetic and it'd be like Cyber Wraith, you know?
Oh, that's a good idea.
There you go.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
A lot of good ideas here.
I know.
Monster Archipelago.
Okay, go ahead. You could go on this forever. I was going to say, real quick, last thing on this topic. You remember that ad? It ran, I think it actually ran in the 90s, not the 80s. And for some reason, I always thought Lee Weeks drew it. I can't remember what it was an ad for, but it was a drawing of a superhero standing like hands on his hips, but it was like a patchwork of different, like one part of them would be this costume, another part would be a different costume. So it was like a patchwork of stuff for the character. Does that ring a bell to either of you guys? That ad?
Like one arm would be Iron Man's armor, one
leg and then one
I do
Captain America.
Yeah.
And like I said, for some reason, it either looked like Ron Wagner or Lee Weeks. But my point is, I think a drawing like that needs to be done incorporating all of our main characters.
Get on that,
one figure.
Yeah.
Knock
that out, Andy.
One figure that incorporates aspects of every character.
Wow. I think you're on. A CG Amalgam says Comics Legend. You might be onto something there.
That's right, CG Amalgam.
You better
my God.
that.
Nope. Guys, we usually save our topics for the show for when we do it, but I'm announcing my topic now 2 weeks in advance. The Professionals Amalgam. We eat no drawings involved, but we each come to the show thinking of names and stuff, mashing our characters together because there's 6 of us. So we could each go, I could mash up 3 times? We could do 3 rounds, couldn't we? Does that work out math-wise?
I feel like we're getting sort of manipulated into drawing something, though.
No. You know me. I'm just a slight tad not as lazy as you.
Okay.
So, and Graham doesn't draw unless he gets paid. So he's definitely
he's the ultimate professional.
Right. That's pretty much true.
Stealth X5 for $2. Thank you. He says, hello, Stealth X5. Hello. We appreciate it very much. All right. We got Chris Thacker's got Monster Draft. Look at this. It's going to be.
We're not going to have anything left next week. Way to blow it, Andy.
No. Mine's not next week. You're next week. I've got 2 weeks.
Well, but they're blowing it now.
Joe Draft.
No.
Draft.
We'll come up with good stuff.
Joe Draft. He's like this Frankenstein barbarian. Oh, I love it.
Joe Draft.
Oh my goodness.
Sounds like a gambler. Hey, that's Joe Draft at the crap table.
That's right. That guy.
Give me 7s, baby.
All right, so you guys, let's jump into this and start talking about Gil Kane, because I know we're going to have, each of us probably have plenty of examples while we're waiting for our other bros to roll in their old sweet time. Andy, start us off. You're posting.
I'm going to
a lot. I bet you've still got some you haven't shown.
No, and I'm posting Gil Kane covers. He's done so many. I mean, some are good, some are bad. I'm going more nostalgia, as in like this first cover I'll share the screen, but don't share it quite yet. Okay. Let's see what tab.
Get your hand off the mouse.
Okay, so don't share it yet. So this is one. It's like I said, it's a nostalgia thing. I bought it when I was a kid, when I first started getting into comics and back issues, probably around 1984 or so. And I couldn't have told you who drew it back then when I bought it. I just was like, that's freaking awesome. And I was already collecting issues of this series. And it's still one of my favorites. So go ahead and share it. And it's somebody who does a great ink job over him.
That's Tom Palmer,
Jansen.
Or Klaus Jansen.
Yeah,
Jansen.
Yeah.
Look at that.
The only thing, and even as a kid, it kind of bothered me too, is the cropping of that one hand, because it's like, it's like, dude, seriously,
just scoot it over a little bit. So
nudge
now
it.
wait a minute. Was Pat Broderick doing the insides of these? Starlin had left by 37, hadn't he?
Oh yeah, yeah. Starlin was gone. I don't know if this was Pat or if it was. I think it was Pat because Al Milgram took over. I think in the 40s. So I think this was still Pat
What
because
year
the
is this
issue
in?
after this, I think, is
74 or
Black Bolt.
75?
On this would have been 25
Oh,
centers would
this
have
is
been 74
77.
through
Oh
70.
no,
No, it's
wait.
not 77. It'd be 74 or 75.
Was 76 still 25 centers, or did they go up to 30 and 76?
Well, I'm just trying to
Well, wait a minute.
remember when
Howard the
Captain
Duck was
Marvel launched.
1976, and he was a 25 center. So you could be
Henry says it's Al Milgram art. So there you go.
okay.
Well, let's blow up on the juiciness of Gil Kane, inked by Klaus. Oh, that is good times.
That is.
I
Those
actually
legs
copied
bother me.
this. I copied this as a kid on a really big piece of poster board and colored it and everything. So
This old Captain Marvel is like one of your favorite heroes, isn't he?
oh yeah, just from I like the cosmic stories. I like the costume design.
Costume design is great.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
It's
I think
like-
Gil designed this, didn't he?
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because that first appeared in, was it 17? That
Ye-
costume?
No, 16. Last page is 16, which was not drawn by Gil.
But the page
The
before
cover.
that was drawn by Gil?
No. The last page of issue 16, the whole book was drawn by somebody else.
Oh.
But he gets this costume on the last page. And then
Gotcha.
Gil starts with 17.
Right, with the cover
For-
shot is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, the cover.
Oh, yeah.
When he had the white hair.
I think the cover that you have as the background is 17.
Why did they change his hair color?
You know
Did they ever
what?
address it?
Go
Or
back and reread it, but there is a story point to it.
oh,
When
is
he's
there?
doing his yeah, that's 17.
Yeah, 17.
So he's doing you know how he has the cosmic awareness where his face goes black and you just see like the star field
Mhm.
in his face. So Jim Starlin was drawing it at the time, so he's the one that changed the hair. And I don't remember the exact reason, but it was while he was doing that, and then his hair just changed over. Or whatever.
Probably. I mean, editorially, they probably thought that he looked too old with gray hair. You know.
I like the white hair though.
Yeah,
I
I think
always did.
Avenger 2 says the hair color change was just a test for his cosmic awareness. I think it might have been something just like that. So
Yeah, because when Neil did Captain Marvel was in the Neil Adams issues of Avengers. I was 90.
pre-scroll.
Yeah, and he had white hair in there still because I was like 71, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the mask was different too. Like once he,
Oh, that's
I don't know
right.
if
Yeah,
Jim,
more of a- yeah, it
I don't
didn't-
know if Jim changed the mask, but if your background once again, it kind of angles in a V shape on his forehead.
Right.
Whereas at this point, it just went, straight across or whatever.
Oh, okay,
So-
so now it V's down.
Well, no, it used to.
It used to.
Oh, and now it's just straight across.
Yeah, it just goes right across. Yeah. So, but yeah, and I
Good
tell
coloring
you,
too on that. I like the colors.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, really, and all the color work is just on the moon because he's all flat, but just the way it's handled and the color choices, yeah, it just pops. It's it's one of those generic covers. I mean, Mayhem on the Moon.
Come on.
I'm willing to bet that Gil probably didn't even know that when he drew the cover.
Yeah, I think they put those blurbs on after the cover comes in to fill in certain negative space. you
Yeah,
know?
I always
Yep.
liked that though. That I don't know. Did DC start doing that? They probably did, but I remember Marvel always having like, some little. If they didn't have dialogue on there, they had some blurb on there. There's like, oh man, Mayhem on the Moon. I got to find out what that is.
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Always hyperbolic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. So there
Cool.
you have it.
It's a good one. Off the beaten path, but a good one. All right, Graham.
All right. Well, as I mentioned, I was a Spider-Man fan, And Gil, to me, Gil never looks better than when he's inked by Johnny Romita. And so, because he's got that energy and dynamics and great layouts and all that kind of stuff. But then, sometimes it's just a little too bare bones. And Romita, especially on the faces and the figures and stuff, like he really tightens everything up and brings it really cool. This is one that I loved as a kid. It's a great story, great interior art by Ross Andrew. Took place in the Rockaways in New York, which is like 20 minutes from where I lived. So it was all referenced. It was really, really cool. And this cover is one of my favorites. Go ahead and share it, Aaron. Madness means the mind worm.
Oh yeah.
This was the first Spider-Man issue I bought off the newsstands.
No kidding.
Get out of here.
No,
I bought like 4 issues ahead. I bought 134. It was my first.
So you got the Return of the Green Goblin. Those are great.
Oh, it was before that. It was the first appearance of the Tarantula.
Right. And then no 34 and 35, and then 36 and 37 was the Green Goblin.
Correct. Yeah.
I had to go back and get those because I missed them.
Now, even though we're talking about Gil, because you brought up Ross drawing the inside, do you remember who inked Ross on the inside?
Giacoya.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Frank.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and Esposito. I mean, they're I think Esposito and Giacoya on it.
Gil Kane is one of those guys that, I thought Rudy Nebres really did a great job over him, but Romita does too. He's one of those guys, like you said, if someone like Dan Adkins inks him, it's very sort of open and just kind of, but he leaves a lot of room for, guys that want to get a little more illustrative can go in there and add some stuff.
Yeah. Because the solidness of the drawing is all there,
Right.
Oh yeah.
You could break it down just to line work, and it's the dynamics are all there. The way he draws the figures, everything is there. But like Romita really makes it solidified. Like Spider-Man has a lot of weight there, I feel like he's straining, and I love the wrinkles on that girl's pants, and who's waving the stick at him. And I just love that up the mind worm up there, the hair, and then the shock lines and stuff. It's just a great looking cover, and that fucked up looking mind worm.
I know.
It's so weird looking.
He was a very sympathetic character by the end of the story, though. Sadness.
Yeah.
Also during this run with Kane covers and Spider-Man being inked by Romita, I don't know if it was, the combination of both of them or what, but a lot of times Spider-Man was pretty beefy, Yeah.
Yeah.
They do them pretty thick. And also love those Romita eyes on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Do you think Romita went in and changed those? Or do you think that's how Gil did it? Because
Romita did.
That's what I thought.
I've seen the pencils.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are Romita eyes.
Those are my favorite Spider-Man eyes.
Yeah.
I never liked McFarlane. I never liked anybody. Romita was the guy. It was just perfect.
I like Ditko too. But Romita was the best, I think.
Yeah.
And most consistent.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, was he art director at the time he was working on this at Marvel?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a great era. A lot of fun. And the funny thing about Romita too is Marvel got sued because the Mindworm's house, because Ross shot all his reference. I mean, he always went all over New York City and shot reference.
Right.
And he lived, I think, either in the Rockaways or near the Rockaways. So he took pictures of this abandoned house, or I guess I thought it was abandoned. It was abandoned in the story, but it was an actual real house. And the owner of the house tried to sue Marvel. I don't think he got anything out of it, but.
Well, I would be going, look, my house is on Spider-Man.
Yeah, Rob Andrew drew my house.
I wouldn't even have thought, to sue somebody, you know. They used to.
Not only that, but what are the chances that, like, the house that you take a picture of, the dude reads comics too?
Right. Yeah, I would even know, right?
I guarantee I could take a picture of every house in, like, along my street and draw it, and I doubt anybody would see it.
Yeah, I would even know
on the street.
I used to always try and like work in Snickers bars, and they would always catch them. And I kept thinking, why would Snickers care? You're advertising their candy for them for free. But,
Yeah, but when you had the Wraith shoving that Snickers bar up that cowboy's ass, I could see where Snickers might get a little upset.
I cut that scene. I changed it. I thought that maybe just a bit too much.
It's got nuts and nougat.
Snickers was like, we liked the concept, but we were just hoping it was Esther using the Snickers bar. And that's when Aaron was like, well, I can see we're not coming to an agreement. I'm out.
Graham, this is what happens. You got Andy all lit up now from you.
All tither.
No, he's all a tither. No, that's a great pick. I love that cover. Now, like I said, it has history with me. Yeah. I'm going to start at the top because you never know how many times you're going to get around.
Okay.
No, this is more of a traditional ink job over Kane, and you can, it's nice to compare what. Oh, speaking of ink jobs, it's Art to Bear.
There he is.
All right.
Maybe we should see if Art's ready to go and have him go.
What did you have for dinner, Art?
I had it was chicken with sun-dried tomatoes and rice. It was good.
I told you guys he was eating dinner. Are you ready to go, Art? Because it's your turn.
Sort of. I thought we were going to go live at 8 Eastern Standard Time. Like, when did it get changed to 7?
It never got changed.
Aaron took over the show.
Aaron took over the show.
It became 4 and 7. I posted it right there.
Yeah, but you never write like Eastern Standard or West.
Well, look at if I do 4 p.m. / 7 p.m. That that doesn't that sort of make
for you. Everybody goes by Eastern Standard Time.
Well, it's because everybody except you're in the Midwest, everybody else is on East Coast, and I'm on the West Coast. So,
well, hold on. Okay, why don't somebody else go?
For your Art? We're stalling.
I'm gonna find something. I gotta reveal that I want to do. This is gonna be worth it. Trust me, it'll be worth it. All right.
Well, do you want me to go ahead and we'll bounce back to you while you're?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
9-4.
All right, so this is actually my favorite Gil Kane cover all time.
Ooh.
Oh, I hope it's not one I picked.
Statement. Really?
Oh, it's not one I picked.
Okay, now for me, this cover has it all. I mean, I like covers with huge central figures.
Right.
Yep.
So
it's an action cover. You have this giant monster coming right at you. I mean, this is about as dynamic as it can get. Now, granted, it's Gulliver of Mars, so who cares? But I care. Just as
I care.
Luke Skywalker. So I just love the monster, the Fury of Fra. And ironically enough, Graham, you know who drew the insides to this?
Our
buddy Ross Andrew.
Oh, okay.
How about that?
Who inked it?
I think Esposito, but maybe Adkins. I can't remember. It was one of the two.
No, I'm going to look it up.
What this cover?
18.
Yeah,
I don't know
the cover, Andy.
Yeah, check.
No, I'm going to look. I'm going to find the book so I can look at the inside.
Oh,
yeah, I've got a near mint copy of this, but it's safely tucked away. So,
I've got a near mint copy of number 3, Valley of the Worm. So
I've got all of those, by the way.
How big is storage for your comics, Aaron? It must be massive.
No. I
no, he doesn't own a lot.
I sold most of all my post 1980 comics years ago, and so it fits into a closet. They're all in a closet on shelves in a closet. I have about 1,500 books, is all.
Okay,
but they're all near mint, Art.
They're all perfection.
You wouldn't catch me reading one in a thing chair casually. I can tell you that.
I'll tell you, if you guys went into my storage where all my comics are, you guys would all cringe and cry and weep because none of them are in protective backing boards or bags. And
well, I told you guys,
God created them.
I tell you, I told the story before, but back in the Ultraverse days, a bunch of us were over at Rick Hoberg's house. And we walked into his family room and he's got all these comics stacked. I mean, like 6-foot-high stacks against the wall, not bagged or anything. And then sitting on a short stack in the front is Spider-Man #1. I about lost my freaking mind.
You'd lose your mind here too, because I got all the early Avengers stuff, but if you touched them, they would fall apart. I got all the early Daredevil, like 1 through 30 in order, but they're all in horrible condition. I got
if you bought them in horrible condition, but if you destroyed them, then I have a problem with you.
Well, I think time destroyed them. I didn't purposely destroy them.
Time.
Well,
Time
anyway, this to me is, again, I think if you're looking for, at least for stuff I like, the elements in here with the large figure coming at you, the dynamics, the action, there's not a lot of background, but it's really not necessary, you know, because your focus should be that creature coming at you. And I love the design of the monster. And so this has always been one of my favorite covers that Gil's done. So there you go.
And
I am really shocked at this, Aaron.
Yeah. Are you shocked?
I really am shocked. I mean, one of the staples of Kane's stuff is the big central figures. So there's so many others that are so much better than this. It's a nondescript monster. You've got that tangent of the sword.
The sword, yeah.
As the logo.
Yeah, that bugs me.
Graham, you and I are just destined. We're like the two Lazaruses. We're destined to be in combat for all eternity.
For all eternity. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, there's also the tangent of the guy's arm. The monster's arm is slightly tangenting as well. Somebody should have caught this.
You know what?
Now see number 17.
All you guys, this is a great cover. I love it.
Aaron.
It is a great cover.
Yep.
Okay, so it's inked. The inside's inked by Sam Granger.
That's right. Okay, I remember now.
Number 17, much better cover, and Gil Kane insides. So just saying.
Is that the Lair of the White Worm? That one? The number 17?
No, 17 doesn't have a Stranko cover, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. I'm looking right at it. It's Gil Kane.
Well, which one is it? Bring it up.
Okay.
I don't know how you guys can diss the Fury of Fra. I just don't understand it.
I like Gil Kane, but I'm kind of with Graham. I don't think it's all that.
Oh, you guys are, hashtag WUH, okay? You know,
hashtag go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, just for the record, that fist coming forward is freaking phenomenal.
Thank you. At least there's that's not better.
Oh my God, you got a sexy chick, a big central figure, these hairy spider weird dudes.
No, the Fury of Fra. There's nothing like the Fury of Fra. You guys are just, I don't know.
You got guts inked by, the guts aren't that great because Sam Granger did the inking and he was just,
Wait a minute, what's going on there? That looks like some kind of
that does look a little suspect, doesn't it?
Yeah.
River of the Dead.
Look at that. Fritzy Schnitzels on my Fra was much better. Thank you, Fritzy.
I do agree.
That's fine.
I do agree.
Okay, there you go. Andy, get that crap out of here.
Yeah, the coloring ruins that one too. There's no depth.
Yeah,
Fury of Fra. Fury of Fra. Okay, Art, let's change the subject before I get really mad.
All right, I'm gonna present myself to you guys. Are you ready?
We know you are.
Ready to rock?
Wait a minute. When you present yourself, what are you saying exactly?
What I'm saying is share the screen, Aaron.
Okay.
Just share the screen.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a better Hulk by him, too.
That's good for me.
Is that Ramita?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Kane.
That is nice.
Right. So I did good. I did good, you guys.
That's good. I like
yeah.
All right. Okay. Are you guys ready?
It's not as good as the Fury of Fra, but it's good.
It's better than the Fury of Fra.
Ooh.
Yes, I own this. This
is dog. Do you really?
Really?
Yeah.
You own that sketch?
Yeah, I can show it to you when we go back to the camera. But I scanned it. That's why it took me
8.5 by 11.
What's that?
Is it 8.5 by 11 or 11 by 17?
It looks like 11 by 17. It's big. It's on a full sheet. And I think it's amazing. Like, he knew what the cropping was going to be. Because I always wondered, because there's so much. It's like 1/3 of the cover is all this type up on the top here. Yeah. And I always think the artist had no idea that was there. But it's neat to see that Gil did know, and he was designing it for that, like 2/3 on the bottom, which is interesting. That's pretty limiting for an artist. But
let's see the printed one again.
Do you think that he had to do this for approval, or he did this for himself?
Wait, what?
The thumbnail. He probably, even Gil Kane probably had to get approved, huh?
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't
Romita would have approved it.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if that. Do you think that's what Romita inked from, or do you think Gil tightened it up more?
I think Gil penciled it, not super tight. You know, probably.
I
Didn't
think a good inker. I think a good inker could have embellished this and brought it together. So I think
so do I. Yeah,
it could have been done from this layout here.
Well, the question though is, we know that Gil had a lot of alimony to pay, and that's why he was doing so many covers. So
that's right.
Why would he only take partial money when he could get full pencil?
Oh
money?
Yeah, that's true.
That would be my thought anyway.
Well, I would,
knowing Gil, he would say these are full pencils.
That's right. Now give me my money.
And also in that case, he probably would have inked it himself too if he was trying to get more money.
Well, but if
I don't know. At this time period, most of the covers that came out by Gil were not inked by him.
Right.
I think he could do more. He could, getting paid more to pencil, right? So you do more pencil covers. So Art, if you were to ink this based on this, you think there's enough there for you to bring it home?
I could do it. Yeah. I mean, he's even got light sources in here and everything. If you look at the finished image, there isn't a lot of, drawing. It's just kind of like, let's go back to this.
I was going to say, it's probably on those bugs.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, he actually.
Now the bugs were changed.
Oh, no, the positioning is the same.
Yeah,
I think
the right foot has changed. The Hulk's right foot.
Has it changed?
Yeah, the right foot has changed because you couldn't see how you can't see the foot, you only see the heel.
Yeah.
You move it over.
Okay. Yeah.
That's an interesting. I wonder if Romita did take that run with it. That's interesting.
Looked like a stump before.
I think the hatching here is a little too much for me, for my taste. I think it's a little overdone.
Romita did put a lot of line work in there, but that.
Plus, but you know what the thing is, Romita, he's got a heavy ink line, and what flattens this artwork is that the line weight of the stuff in the background is about the same as the stuff in the foreground. So like those bugs in the background don't really feel like they're further back the way that like Kubrick would ink them. He'd have taken less detail. He'd have put less detail in, used a finer line so you could see that they were on a different plane,
Yeah, and I think the hair on this caterpillar character is a little too busy, also with little spine pieces coming off of it. So it's a little too much. And actually, there's something I think is really, really cool in this layout that I definitely would have done is, let me see if I can draw on this mode. Yeah, I'm in RGB, so I can draw on this.
Quickly, Marcus Killer
here. Is this black? I would have kept this right here because if you go to this part right here, it just kind of gets lost, and that big chunk of black right there for me really sells this image.
Yeah, I'd blacken more of the underbelly of that bug too, so that the figure of the Hulk pops more.
Yep.
I would have taken this black here, and then I would have brought all this almost completely black, and then brought some of this black as well.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. Marcus Kilgrew says, I think Marvel only let Gil Kane ink his Western covers.
Oh, really?
That could be.
And then I would have brought a big black shape in here. So
yeah.
I think it would anchor it, and then like Andy's observation or I forget who said it, where the bugs weren't pushed back far enough. I think if you really bolded and brought those solid blacks, it would anchor the composition and it would push those bugs back. But I guarantee you these guys did this in about an hour.
Oh yeah. The reason Romita inked it might be because it was running late and he happened to be in the office.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he was the art director and he had to crank it out. But you know, even bad Romita is better than almost anybody.
Yeah, it's still a great cover, and I thought you guys would get a kick out of
that's a good one.
Seeing this. And let me come back and I'll show you the just to prove I actually do own it. So
There it is.
Yeah, it looks like a photocopy to me.
it's not a photo. You can see the other side. You can see the marker through the back.
Here, hold that.
Oh, is that marker?
Yeah.
Oh
Dude,
shit! I thought it was just pencil when you were showing it on the computer.
You can see some of the pencil line in this.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, here's a scenario for you. They're in the office, right? And Romita goes, "We got to have a cover for this book. Gil, what are you doing?" And he knocked that out and gives it to Romita, and Romita says, "I'll ink it from here."
Yeah, I bet you that's how it went down.
Could very well.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have thrown it on a light box and just, penciled some over to,
cleaned it up a little bit.
Just to tease more, if we got time,
we always got time.
I have entire pages, like Hawk and Dove pages, different covers of Gil Kane. These are pencils, right?
Gosh.
Wow.
All right. Well,
Holy shit! I hate you even more.
Wow. Yeah. Let's take a look at.
Actually, I shouldn't say that. You're old. Put me in your will and leave those to me. I love you, big guy.
There you go. Be nice to your elders.
That's right.
That's right.
You just had a birthday too.
This one right here looks like it could have been. What is that?
Oh my God! You. That's the original Green Lantern cover.
Yeah, this is the pencils.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that's a famous Green Lantern cover.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it is.
Art.
That's Sinestro in the foreground.
I'm gonna.
Art, what did you pay for these back when you got them? Do you remember?
A friend gave them to me. I have this. These are John Buscema. I got some John Buscema original.
I've got one page. I've got one page of Conan like that, and that's it.
This is a Fantastic Four page.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Is that She-Hulk back there?
Yeah, actually it is. Cool. Yeah.
Well, this is like from the 80s then, or late 70s.
Yeah. And then I do have some Conan stuff here too.
Oh my gosh. It's just like rubbing salt in the wound, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Pour a little lemon juice on that wound as well while you're up there.
Oh, look at that first panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to when I was young, I was like, how is he gonna bring this stuff together? But then, you get older, you observe, you look, and then you realize, oh, I know how he brought it together.
Very, very cool.
This one still has the rip from the.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, the other one I showed you was the Xerox. Actually, this is the original here.
Okay.
Well, quit lying to us, Art. Come on, what's going on?
You got to say something, don't you? You got to say.
You
got to tear it down. Tear it down.
If you're not being honest with us. All right, Andy. Round 2. We know you've got some.
Oh shit! It is my turn.
Yeah, top that.
Crap. All right, hold on.
I give you all day long, and you just you're still not ready.
Hey, where's Billy?
I've got a few options here.
I know Dan had an excuse, but Billy.
No, Billy's getting a community service medal probably.
All right, I'm going with.
Every Thursday he's like at some award ceremony or I don't know.
I'm going with one of my favorite books. Favorite heroes. It's Marvel, of course. And there's depth, action, big central figure.
Oh, this is a good one. Oh, that's
great. Yeah, it is.
Oh, this. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. Yeah.
Love this cover.
He did a series of covers right there in this range of Captain America. A lot of them are really good.
Yeah.
He actually did some Tales of
it's
Suspense back in the day as well, back in the 80s of Tales of Suspense.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not the 1980s, but the number of the issues were in the 80s.
Right. Was it the 80s or the 90s in Tales of Suspense he did them?
Well, it might have crossed over because he did it reminded me of there's that close up of the Red Skull in the foreground.
Well, because he drew a few of those issues too.
That was like 82, I think.
Yeah.
I have it near mint. I'll have to check.
I figured as much.
I do.
Yeah, so I mean, there you go.
Frank
Big central
Robbins.
figure. You got the low eye level, nice depth and perspective. Cap's freaking kicking the shit out of some. They're not Hydra, just Red Skull goons. I mean, come on.
Look
What
at
could you
look
want?
at the Falcon flying in late. You know,
I know Falcons bringing up the rear. 185. Frank Robbins interiors or Sal Buscema? That's the question.
I think they're Frank Robbins, and
They're
that's
Robbins.
like good thing they had
Sal
Gil
did
Kane on
one.
the cover.
In that run there. It's the another Gil Kane cover. It's the maze. There's a maze and there's a dude standing on top of the maze, and Captain America's in the maze.
Yeah,
That's the Sal Buscema issue.
Oh, okay.
yeah. I hated Frank Robbins on this. I really
Yeah, I did too. I hated it.
I hung in there as long as I could, and I think I finally quit collecting because of Captain America, because I just couldn't take the Frank Robbins.
So the thing is, like, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. And when he came back to being Captain America after the brief Nomad stuff,
Yeah,
Frank drew the splash page of him in his Captain America costume.
Right.
And I actually thought it was one of Frank's better. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
I remember as a kid, I was like, I like the way he drew the Red Skull. Like he did like skeletons and stuff like that, like really good. But then I thought, like, even like Cap's face and the Falcon's face, they still kind of look like the Red Skull to me. I remember as a kid, and I was like, no, this is weird stuff. I never liked that guy's work, to be honest. I still bought the hell out of it, but I didn't like it.
yeah.
So Graham, here's a question for you. So you remember the first issue when he becomes the Nomad?
Yeah.
When Cap does?
I've got those in
That
near mint.
splash page when he's standing there as the Nomad. I was looking at it again. Is that a Romita figure and not Sal? Because the legs look so John Romita in the torso and stuff.
Well, dude, now you got to bring it up.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'd have to
Find
see
it,
it,
Andy.
Tell you.
All right, I'll find it. I'll bring it up. Go to Graham. So that's my next one.
All right, let's go to
I'll find
Graham.
This is a perfect way to dovetail into this
Yes.
because of my cover is the cover that brought Cap back after the Nomad story. Go ahead, Aaron.
This
Oh,
is a
I know
good
that.
one.
Wait.
Again, inked by John Romita.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and this is, I had such high hopes. I hated that Nomad story because when I started reading Cap, that's what was being published in 1974, and I hated it. I just hated it. And then you had the him return in that splash page you were talking about, and then this issue came out, and it was really cool. I think it was Steve Englehart still wrote it, wrote this issue. And like he did with Batman and the Joker, he returned the Red Skull back to his like his 1940s version. Like he used to have this song that would play, this death song. I can't remember what it was. It was from some opera or some classical music or something like that, and that would signify the death. And he would turn guys' heads like into these skulls. And he kind of was trying to bring the skull back that way. And this issue was drawn by Herb Trimpe.
Really?
So I thought that was kind of cool. But then right after this is like, it's like Cap comes back, he's kicking ass, he's fighting the Red Skull. And then we go to Frank Robbins.
I'm sorry, Frank.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Frank. You're no Gil Kane.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry,
I mean,
Frank.
Frank is one of my all-time favorite artists. Don't get me wrong. But my first experience with him was drawing superheroes, and he is not a superhero artist.
No,
He's
he's
a horrible superhero
Didn't
artist.
he do the Ghost Rider stuff, right? Early on? Was that Frank Robbins?
No.
No.
He did. He did.
He
remember,
did a couple issues of Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
He did
I
the
remember-
Invaders
I
series,
remember
if you
he
remember
nailed-
that too.
He nailed the Ghost Rider. Like, he could do great skulls, but
Oh, you know what he did? He did some issues of the Human Fly, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Invaders.
And the Invaders.
Invaders.
But guys, you're missing the main book that he did. It was 7 issues. It even said to be continued. Obviously, it didn't happen. Aaron probably doesn't have this 7-issue run in his collection, but I have them. Man from Atlantis.
Oh,
I did not have those because I thought they were
awesome.
Yeah,
Too awesome for
I think I bought the first one because as a kid, everything with a number 1 on it, I bought. I didn't care what it was. I bought it. Yeah.
You know what cracks me up about this cover? Now that I'm looking at it, is like that fence rail must be built for a child.
Yeah,
any adult is going to trip right over that thing.
I doesn't blow his knee.
But you know what? I gotta give it. Those things are hard to draw, and other than it being exceptionally short, it's pretty well done.
Oh, the perspective's great.
Yeah, it's well done, but I never really paid attention to that either. Like Cat's having to really launch over it like that.
Right. Well, I think
also, there's no way the Red Skull could get his leg up if it was a normal height, you know?
Exactly.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Well, you know, the thing is, I did this in Kit Carter. I had her on a balcony and there was like a rail on the balcony, but it was a stone rail. So it was like covering up most of her. And I was like, God, and I kept shortening and I was like, okay, this is an ankle, you know, this is an ankle rail now. So I had to go back up and just suffer the fact that we were going to miss, you know, half her figure. But that's probably part of it too here is they didn't want it, you know, it would have pushed Cap up higher. And this is one of those things probably where you work out where the figures are, and then you're like, well, whatever. Who's going to notice?
I mean, the damn thing's 50, 60 years old. Oh, you know, I'm at least 50 years old, and I'm just noticing it now. So
there you go. It took that long.
Fix is like, instead of the Red Skull's foot being on the top of the rail, make it on the middle part, and then just extend the bottom pieces, make them longer, and then you'd have to change the base of it. You'd have to move that. But other than that, you wouldn't have to really redraw the rail, which would be the toughest thing.
Yeah, well, these guys didn't care about that crap back then. They're just like, it's done, ink it.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what.
Okay. So this is the Nomad issue, and the page before, the whole issue is Sal Buscema, Vince Colletta.
I was going to say that's Colletta inks.
And then we get to this.
That looks like Romita all the way.
That is, that is definitely not Colletta inks. Look at those juicy brush
Romita.
lines. You think the whole thing is, right?
I do.
I do too.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, there's none of that Colletta scratchiness, and it has those juicy.
Well, no, I'm talking about the drawing. Do you think Sal drew this, Romita inked it, or do you think the whole thing's drawn by Romita? That's what.
No, I think Romita just inked it. I think Sal drew it.
Oh, you did?
Okay.
Yeah,
it definitely has Romita-shaped legs in the face, but I can see some Sal in the torso. So
well, that's such a horrible design, man. That is so lame. That costume.
You want to talk about lame? I went as Halloween as him one year.
not with a bear chest.
My mom made the costume, and no one knew who I was. I was constantly explaining myself, so I said I'll never do that again. But because I was reading Cap, and he was Nomad at the time, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna be Nomad.
You're just gonna wander. You're just going to wander and get candy.
Yeah.
Look at that smooth. Look at his abs. He does not really care about body fat. Obviously, you see no washboard, just nothing.
God, you know, I'm looking at this right now and I'm thinking, man, I could ink this in like 10, 20 minutes. Right. and then I just think, man, if comics were like this simple again, we would all be rolling in the dough.
I know.
Well, I mean, it's simply getting $45 a page too.
Yeah, that's true. We'd have to do 5 pages a day just to break even.
That's right.
That's true.
So,
but 45 went a lot farther back then.
Andy, dig up that splash page of Captain America drawn by Robbins too, will you? While you're floating.
What issue number was it?
Pretty good.
I don't know.
That's Gil Kane right there.
Let's try 183. I think it was 183.
Yeah, because the one I have is it's the issue
because there's your man.
Look at those voodoo chicken dudes, man.
Yeah.
No more.
Right.
It's the figure work that
it's just rubbery.
Yeah,
I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Eat my crotch.
Now, Robbins, before he came to Marvel, was working at DC, and he was one of the writers that was turning Batman into the Dark Knight. And
Yep.
he drew a bunch of issues of Detective Comics, too, that came out really, really cool. His Batman looked really cool.
It's funny. I don't mind these as much as I did when I was a kid, but
all right.
Okay, that's
look at that.
Those first 2 tiers, 6 panels. That's not Robbins.
I was going to say, it doesn't
No,
look
that's
like
from
it.
Meta.
Buscema. That's Sal
But it
Buscema.
looks like it's.
Yeah.
Is it inked by Giacoya, who inked the book?
It probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not
Yeah, you're
Robin's
right.
faces.
But there it is. See,
Yeah.
that's not bad.
No, that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Those faces,
Yeah, but see, I look at this and I go, I would love to have seen the pencils. So I've never seen any of his pencils. And I would love to have inked this. I think it'd be so much fun.
oh, you would have killed it, Andy. You
Not
would have
bad.
killed
That is not bad. That's the best Frank Robbins drawing I've ever seen. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, he's grounded. The anatomy looks good.
What's going with that knee, though? It looks like he's got 2 kneecaps.
Well, you know,
On his right leg.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't push it too
You're looking
far.
too hard now.
Yeah, don't push it too far, Art, because it'll fall.
Don't
Yeah,
go
these guys
crazy.
weren't as well educated as we are today.
Exactly.
That's right. That's
They
what it
didn't,
is.
they don't have quite the time that we had either. Oops, there's Graham.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
All right, Art, what do you got here?
Oh,
Second
round 2, Electric Boogaloo. Let me see if I got all this set up, because this is going to be quite a show.
Okay.
I don't
Quite a show.
I don't have it set up, so there you go.
Oh my gosh.
I checked. All right, I'm going to present myself. You guys ready?
Oh God, here he goes.
Please present yourself.
Okay, thanks for
Begging
the.
you.
Here we go.
You ready for me to share?
Share it, baby. All right, Luke Cage, Power Man. We got a billboard.
What'd you do to Graham?
What?
I didn't do anything.
You bounce him?
No.
Oh, must have lost internet or something.
Poor Graham.
Yeah, dude, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay, this is Power Man. This time you really brought it, or what is it? Bought it?
Bought it, Cage.
Bought it, Cage. The day you bug the cockroach is the day you die.
The new kind of Luke Cage thriller, not to be confused with the old kind.
That's right.
You know what you don't do is you don't bug the cockroach, because you're gonna pay for it. You're gonna die.
No,
I love that gun, the gun and the pimp hat and everything. This is really good. And
I
why
think
is the guy blowing smoke rings? What is going on there?
I think the cockroach. Well, no, it's one of those dumb billboards back then when they would advertise stuff. So it was advertising a cigar or something, and the billboard was able to blow.
Oh, the smoke rings out of the
I doubt it could blow. I doubt it could actually blow smoke rings, but it's comics. So
No, they could.
oh, did they?
Yeah. They would have like a smoke machine that would blow those things out.
Yeah.
Don't you remember that movie From Russia with Love, the second James Bond film, where the assassin is climbing out the way? He's climbing out the mouth of one of that billboard, and they shoot him.
Yeah. And this right here, I think this is the cigarette, but they didn't color it.
Wait, where?
It's all flesh color where I marked it right here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
No,
I think
it is.
this
Who do you
is
think
You're right.
Who do
yeah.
you think
You're right.
I don't know. It's not listed.
Giacoya, maybe?
Wait, go to the billboard. Let's see that.
It's real scratchy though. I don't know about Giacoya.
Yeah, it looks a little too wispy.
But the hair texture is really cool. This hand right here, oh my gosh, it's so awesome.
Yeah, those wrinkles on his arm there that you're just circled, that looks like Ramita, but and his face looks like Ramita. I wonder if this didn't have like that background guy, Tony Mortello, like inked all the background stuff, and Ramita inked like Luke Cage.
Figures. Yeah, because the figures look really good, but that billboard maybe they tried to go with a different style to make it, delineate it from the the figures. But yeah, this is really cool. But even cooler is this right here.
There it is.
Do you own it?
Yep.
Oh my
God, I hate you.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I don't. Hey, when's the Christmas party at your house?
These aren't leaving. These aren't leaving my
No gift exchange.
No gift
Yeah,
exchange.
a little gift exchange.
But look at like all the lighting, the shadows, everything's in
Yeah.
here. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much resolved.
Mm-hmm.
I think this guy is probably this. They probably didn't have a design for the character. I imagine.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the cockroach, but
Yeah, like what does the cockroach look like?
yeah. Art of
That's cool.
Roy says every Kane drawing is a worm's eye view. It practically is, but I mean that's the most dynamic angle is the low angle shot. So
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
And having the smoke rings around his body, framing him, is just wonderful.
yeah,
yeah.
no idea.
This is really cool. This cover is really awesome. I wish I remembered who gave these pages to me. But thank you, whoever you were, because this is quite a gift. And it's neat that I'm able to share these, like 30, 40 years later.
Right, and piss off all your friends.
Yeah.
I mean, Art, obviously you have more than 6 of these. So even if we each had one as a Christmas gift, you'd still have more than, we have.
I'm going to tell you a story, and you guys I'm not going to ever do this again.
Hang on a second. Wait. Marcus Kilgore says it's Giacoa inks on the cover there. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good.
Sense.
Yeah. But okay, the Akira movie, the Japanese animated movie, I had the whole sequence where the guy's coming in with the bike and he's skidding, and then all the rock and debris is flying past him. I think it was 6 or 8 panels or stills that I have cells. And I gave 3 of them away to like good friends. And I said, as long as you have these, we'll always be friends. And one of those guys was Dan Panosian.
Yeah.
And then you became CG.
Oh, that's too bad.
I've never seen the movie all the way through, so that doesn't kill me one bit.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just making that because you're never going to get any of this work, Andy, because I learned my.
That's right. He wants to stay friends.
Aaron might take better care of it, but I'd never give it to you, Andy.
That's I would.
Yeah, well,
I would.
I'd slab each page. Beat that, Aaron.
Big Papa Pump for $5 says, "Hello, may I ask where I can buy the first 2 Wraith of God comics? I missed those campaigns." Yes, Big Papa Pump. If you go to my website, which is aaronlopresti.com, and go to the store, they're for sale in there. And you can get them right there. Or you can get them on the Wraith of God 3 campaign, but then you have to wait. So,
Yeah.
But there you go. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm going to show 2 because Andy already ruined my next one. So, but so I'll show that real quick just as a refresher. Andy the Ruiner. That's who he is. I love
that's
this.
a great one.
Again, big central figure. I remember seeing this as a kid on the stands, and I was just shocked. I was like, oh my gosh, somebody dies in this comic. You're like, I gotta have this. And it wasn't the real Cap, obviously, but it was who was this guy that like became Captain America when Cap vacated and became Nomad? He was like totally unqualified, but he
Flash Thompson.
No, I don't remember his name.
It wasn't Jack Monroe. Who was it? But he was like for about 3 issues. Then he got killed by the Red Skull.
I don't know, but does anybody else think it's weird that the Nomad has the same kind of plunging chest line as the Falcon? Like,
hadn't
you think they were like rivals? Like, I'll show my chest. No, I'll show my chest.
Yeah, exactly.
And none of them have hair on their chest.
No,
because they're gay.
Now, once again, this follows a theme for me. Big central figure. You got the Dutch angle, the low angle shot. I think is a really, really effective and dynamic cover for a static image. So, and very emotionally impactful. So there you go. Graham, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, Graham.
I don't like seeing my heroes dead on a cover.
Well, he's, oh my gosh, here we go.
Yeah, but he's not the real one.
That's right.
But I didn't know that until I plunked down 25 cents and got ripped off by some crummy artwork and bad story.
Oh, come on. Isn't this the issue Cap comes back that I just showed?
People say I'm bitter.
I know.
Yeah, Graham's going dark.
Roscoe, that's the guy's name. Roscoe something or other. Yeah.
That's Nomad, or the guy who took Cap's spot?
The guy that took Cap's spot is named Roscoe something or other. He was like
this should warn everybody. Like, just don't try to be Captain America. It's not going to end well.
Yeah, exactly. That's the moral of the story here.
Well, this whole story is predicated on a leftist philosophy that, Cap became so disenfranchised with America because the president turned out to be the Red Skull. What was it? He was not the Red Skull, but
Nixon.
It was like a Nixon metaphor thing.
No, Nixon was running this. No, he was using Nixon. Nixon was running something government wise, and I think that's when Cap was like "F this," and that's why he became Nomad.
Yeah, which is that's like when DC a couple of years ago had Superman renouncing his citizenship in the United States. It's like, fuck you, you leftist scumbags. Captain America loves this country, and no matter what happens, he's going to fight to make it better. He's not going to give up if it comes with some loser character nobody cares about.
Except me, because I dressed up for him as Halloween.
Well, yeah, there was 2 losers. There was no
Aaron has any hair on his chest.
I've been taking a beating the last 2 nights. Okay, how about this one then?
Oh, that's a great one.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
The thing with Gil, he could draw, like, he drew anything, just about anything pretty well. And he had a lot of really good Man-Thing covers, which you wouldn't necessarily think, but he did. And
he did.
And I always loved this one. Now, I want you guys to know that I went and found this at a con in San Jose in near mint condition, and it's in my collection just because of the cover.
Bob Brown Interiors, who did it?
That I don't know.
Bob Brown.
I didn't buy it for the insides, Andy. I bought it for the cover.
Hey, I just like to know these things.
I love the treatment of the water. And how he has that little swirl thing going back, drawing your eye back into it. He doesn't over render all the little stuff in the water. He just,
well, what is that? Is that Tom Palmer on inks?
No,
I don't think so.
And I think that's Giacoya too.
Look, he used a little foreground element here with your, the swampy tree stuff in the foreground as a framing device. And he doesn't really have anything else detail-wise, but that sells it, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know exactly where to look. You see those big central figures.
Yep.
When I was a kid and I got this book, I actually drew it. You know how you would just copy stuff when you were a kid?
Right.
And when my parents died, it was actually in, my mom saved it. So I have this drawing when I was what year was this?
74 probably. Maybe
yeah, that's 74.
So I was probably 12 or 13. Yeah.
Anytime the Man-Thing stalks the swamp, you've got to get it. I mean, you just have to.
That's just a great figure, like carrying the other, and it's like a down shot. This is a great perspective because, Daredevil's coming closer to the camera, so he's more foreshortened. And then the Man-Thing is more elongated because he's back. This is a great just exercise in perspective.
Yep. And Blue Boy says Man-Thing is awesome. I like him better than Swamp Thing. The problem with Man-Thing was you couldn't do anything with him because he couldn't think. So he's always ended up being a catalyst for a different story, and that's how Gerber wrote him anyway. He was constantly using Man-Thing as sort of like this entry point to a different story. And he was just kind of shambling along in the background and eventually would play a role, but he can't talk, he can't think. So he's a hard character to write. But I enjoyed drawing him more than Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Well, why can't he think? Wasn't he like a scientist?
Yeah, but Ted Sallis, he injected himself with a serum. He was being chased by some goons. His car drove into the swamp. This, of course, is Savage Tales #1, which I have a near mint copy of, by the way. And so, and
is that Gray Moreau?
Yes. And or is it Gray Morrow?
It's Morrow. Gray Morrow.
Yeah, come on,
Gray
Andy.
Morrow.
Jeez.
Whatever.
And
and Ramita, not Ramita.
Yeah.
Ramita.
Andy.
Ramita.
So his car crashes into the swamp, and then he becomes the Man Thing, but he doesn't think. He just kind of, he's like, he's drawn to emotions and things like that, but he doesn't really.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And remember, anybody who fears burns at the touch of the Man Thing.
That's a cool gimmick.
It is. And Daredevil's immune because he's the man without fear.
Yeah.
With no fear. Hey, what's the story behind the creation of like Man Thing and Swamp Thing? Okay, there's the Marv Wolfman, the Lin Wein thing, right? So one was the editor and greenlit the creation at Marvel, and then they reversed it at DC, right? So Lin created Swamp Thing, so then Marv was the editor, right? And so then at Marvel, Lin was the editor, and then Marv created.
I don't think Marv was an editor at DC when Len Wein created Swamp Thing.
I can't remember who was the editor on that book.
Because I remember
it was Joe Orlando.
Yeah, you're right, because it was House of Secrets.
Yeah, it was Joe Orlando.
Because I think I remember, I thought it was like Howard Chaykin told me like that those two kind of took care of each other. So they would work as editorial, and then they get the other one jobs, and then they would kind of, reverse it and then do favors for the other one, depending on, who was editor and that type of thing.
Interesting.
Both of them, both the swamp creatures are based on the Heap.
This is a more blatant rip off of the Heap, the design. But this came out, Swamp Thing appeared before, Man Thing appeared before Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Just because he was 1970 Savage Tales, and that House of Secrets, pretty sure was 1971. And then Swamp Thing #1 was 1972. So I wonder how much of it was, hey, Marvel's got a monster, we need a monster kind of thing.
I think it's always like that back then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then in 1992, Malibu had some hack do something called the Sludge.
Created by Steve Gerber and Kevin Nolan. I didn't even design it. Kevin Nolan did.
Oh, really? I thought that was you.
What character did Kevin? Was it
Sludge.
So wait, is there a drawing of the Sludge by Kevin Nolan?
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen that.
I wonder where the original is. I wouldn't mind having that.
I gotta go.
I don't have it.
If you Google Kevin Nolan Sludge, I'm sure it'll come up.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I had no idea. I thought that was your thing.
No.
I mean, I knew you drew it.
Now, Lord Pumpkin was my thing, but
right.
Sludge was not. Anyway, there you go. I thought that redeems me in Graham's eyes, so I feel okay now.
That's a little bit. That's a great cover,
yeah. Andrew, are you ready?
Oh my God, is it my turn again? Okay, let's see which one I want to pick. All right, I'm going with one I actually bought off the stands when it came out.
Okay.
This show really moves with just 4 of us.
I know. We should cut it down. Trim the fat.
Trim the fat. Oh, hey, Dan's losing weight. Stop that.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's got that hair going though, and it's.
Oh yeah.
It's
starting to look like Lemony Snicket.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll see him in a couple of weeks. When he's asleep, I'll sneak into his room and shave his head.
Okay.
So yeah, I bought this one off the stands. It's one of my favorite DC characters. You can go ahead and share it. It's a simple cover. Probably, he didn't draw the insides to it.
That's a really nice figure, though. That's a really nice figure.
That hand is jacked.
I love that hand with the.
It's elongated. It's like really long.
His hand.
Dude,
the fist,
dude,
coming forward. Yeah.
Check this out.
Oh, hang on.
Go full screen.
I will.
Oh, yeah.
It's I took it off the base, but it's one of those that DC did based on the cover.
Wow. That thing's
cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Is that your favorite character, Andy?
For DC, probably, yeah. Yeah, for DC.
Captain Marvel is your favorite for Marvel?
Marvel's harder because there's so many. I like Captain Marvel, Captain America. So it's hard to tie down just one for Marvel. DC's easier. So, because Captain America was the first book, I ever bought, and I discovered Captain Marvel. So it's a tie. But yeah, so I bought this one off the stands, and it was, like you have, Aaron. I didn't give a crap about the inside. I was like, oh, I'm getting this. And it's Joe Staten, I believe, on the inside. And I like Joe's
It's got
Green
good
Lantern.
stuff.
So that's a win-win. That's a win-win.
Yeah.
I
So-
love Staten stuff.
Yeah.
I thought his E-Man stuff was like really stylized and funky cool, even though the book was kind of lame. I loved his
Well, he
art.
was able to push I think he was able to push his cartooning more,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
He did that
Joe could
later
work in
because he
different
did.
styles.
Yeah. He drew so many issues of Green Lantern. The first few issues he did were definitely more realistic. And I think one of the first issues he did was inked by Dick Giordano. And then later on, when he was doing Green Lantern, it really was more E-Man-esque with how he was drawing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even realize till later on, because once again, I wasn't really paying attention to who was inking the stuff at the time. Mark Farmer was inking some of that stuff.
Wow.
Oh, really? Over
Yeah.
over
And
Joe?
And then
Oh.
the last two issues of Green Lantern, 223, 224, Gil came back to draw them, and Mark Farmer inked one of them.
Oh, wow. I'd love to see that.
Hey, did Joe Staten ever work on like the old Captain Marvel or Shazam? Because I think he would be a great fit for that.
No, I don't think he did.
Hmm.
No.
No, I don't think so.
That
He
whole
did Plastic
universe.
Man.
Here's
Yeah,
a,
he did Plastic Man.
here's a pretty right on observation by Travis Perrick. North Star is Andy's favorite from Marvel. Well, there you go.
So what, Travis?
Only after he came out of the
There's
closet.
nothing wrong with that, as Seinfeld would say.
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
All
Andy
right.
didn't start liking the character until he came out of the closet, though. Just to be honest.
So what?
Boy,
Man, you
Andy's
guys are
getting a
joking.
little-
You know what?
Andy's getting a little.
I feel like Aaron being
Salty.
attacked last night.
Yeah.
You got
Graham, do you have a
attacked.
setup for this?
Yeah, this is just in reference to, we were talking about how Frank Robbins was not really suited for superhero comics. This is his comic strip. Oh shit, what's the hell's his name?
Oh shit.
Johnny Hazard. Johnny Hazard. Yeah, go ahead and share it.
You know what
Chance.
though, Graham? You know who can be a hazard sometimes? Billy Tucci.
God, isn't that true? Hey, what's up, buddy?
What
Now
award
we're
did you win tonight?
No, the family took me out for my birthday. So
Oh, is today your birthday?
Is today your birthday?
Yes, today's my birthday.
Well, happy birthday, Billy Tucci. I didn't know.
Oh, stop.
I
Wow.
wouldn't have
Wait,
made
so
the
wait,
show
Billy,
later,
Billy,
but-
I'm the 7th and you're the 8th. So our birthdays are back to back. That's cool.
wow.
8th of what?
October.
That's
You
not
said
my
it was
Today's the
That's
8th.
Not your birthday, you lying bastard.
Oh, he did it again.
Oh, you.
No, I had the. What award did I win? No,
You know, if Fragger was here, that shit never would have flukes. He knows all our
wait a minute.
birthdays.
Now,
He would have
so
been
I'm
like,
walking home, but I thought we were going on at 8 p.m.
Yes.
daylight
No.
time.
oh boy.
Look, you're always on Billy time. When I host, we're on Aaron time. We go early.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
I
I thought somebody said
no,
we're going to
let's-
go 8 Eastern Standard Time, and then everybody agreed, and that's what I.
let's get to
Everything Aaron does is early.
That's
I can't
Billy.
wait to share my
Billy,
bitch
get
colon
your stuff ready so when it's your turn, you can contribute.
Okay.
Yeah, Billy.
all right. So this was in reference to when we were talking about Frank Robbins, and this is just an example of his strip work when he was illustrating Johnny Hazard. Look at that shit.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
very
dude.
Steve Canyon-esque, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, he came from that
Milk
Scorchy
Net.
Smith, Steve Canyon.
You know what? That's a
Marion
good
Pirates.
call.
Hmm.
That was a good call, Aaron. Yeah, the Steve Canyon.
Yeah, they all came out of that Scorchy Smith school.
Yeah.
Or
Mhm.
That's some great stuff right there, man. That
Oh,
really
yeah.
is nice.
And
Yeah,
that's what
right.
we talked about last week about like what we're afraid of. I don't know why, but I'm just terrified of spotting all them blacks. And I thought I was good at
No.
spotting blacks, but I obviously not looking at
There's
them.
one. There's one. There's one.
Yeah, look,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Black.
how he uses the blacks to highlight the lights and vice versa. You know, the bottom left panel, you know, it's almost silhouetted, you know, and everything is
Yeah.
framed beautifully. The next panel, you know, you got the black in the foreground, then you have the wake of the ship leading you out to the boat itself. Just beautiful stuff.
Yep.
I love the sky in the first
guys
panel.
were more in tune with the blacks in open areas because they were raised in like black and white TV and movies and stuff like that. So they kind of had that observation, and they brought that into their comics. Where now everything's so color saturated, people don't really bring these kind of dynamics to.
That's really true, Art. You're very true, because colorist usually ruins it. So. Yep. You know what's interesting here, though, is this is
what I said, though.
I said it. This is where the money was, right? In these daily strips. These guys put the effort in. They weren't getting paid like that to do comics, you know?
No, that's true.
Graham, what are we looking at here? I'm sorry, I'm late to the party.
Frank Robbins. He's defending Frank Robbins.
Yeah, we were talking about Frank Robbins in relation to an interior of a Gil Kane cover. So you know, that the interior wasn't as good because Frank Robbins did it. But Frank Robbins was not a superhero artist. He had no business drawing superheroes, but he was an incredible artist. One of my all-time favorites, because this is the kind of stuff that he did so well, you know.
Metal Hero says, Aaron, just want to say, I love this show. Listening to you guys talk about comics reminds me of being in a comic shop. Enjoy the heck out of hearing you effing nerds talking comics.
All right. Well, get ready to get nerded out, because this is a killer cover.
Yes, this is the cover. I drew that one as well when I was a kid.
Oh, I love this cover, man. When I saw this is a tough angle to draw. You know, you got a train barreling down, you got a motorcycle you got to draw, you got the platform and people on it. Again, central figures, large, action is right there in front of your eyes. Is that train going to run them over? Who's this Ghost Rider guy? You know, if you didn't plunk down your 20 cents here, man, you weren't going to buy any comics.
Yeah, I still have mine, but it's not
That's
in
a good one.
edition.
I don't have
this.
I
bet Aaron's
comic. No, I don't. I'm very light on team ups.
Well,
I got Marvel Team Up #1 slabbed in 9.2 or 9.4, but that's all I have.
Yeah, I have all of them, but they're much loved, so they're not in any kind of collectible shape.
Yeah, you can smell yours. Aaron can't smell it.
I've only got about
comics art, not Playboy.
I've only got about 50 slabbed books and about 1,450 that are not slabbed. So,
yeah, you know, Aaron's got a box of gloves that he puts on before he touches his comic.
Oh yeah.
You know what's so great about this?
Fingers on there.
Is that the logo takes up the top half? The logo and all the crap takes up the top half of the cover.
Yeah,
and almost. Yeah.
Well, that's because that part stuck up on a newsstand.
Right.
Yep.
So it was really important that those logos really stood out. So you might not be able to see a lot of the artwork, but you had to see that title.
And also look at it, that Spider-Man image above the logo.
Yes, I was just going to say that. Is that Romita?
Oh yeah.
That's
no, that's where you would see it on the newsland. Like
right, I love that image though.
Spider-Man, the image, yeah.
Yep. That's a good one, Art. I got to give you credit. That
they could have raised Ghost Rider to be even with Spidey. It's a little weird, right? See the Ghost Rider logo, like the Ghost Rider graphic that he's. You know, he's like a quarter.
You want to throw Spider-Man up there, so on the newsstand you can see the image.
Actually, Spidey was carrying the title. Come on, Billy. You know.
I guess so. I being a Ghost Rider fan, I digress. I mean, I disagree, but let's move on.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
And also the colors on this are incredible.
Yeah,
I love the colors.
Yeah, I love
guys
those
did with flat color, man. So good. There's a lot of, look, you don't even have to buy the comic. The whole comic is written there right on the cover.
Yeah.
Reach out and
draw your own conclusion.
Exactly. I don't need to read this.
Is this a Ross Andrew job on inside?
Yes.
Ross.
This is the one where it's got the guy, the villain's called the Orb, and he's with this motorcycle gang, and he's got like this big eyeball head, and then when he takes off the orb, he's got this really fucked up face because
that's right. Yeah.
Remember I showed it on
you showed it.
And he had like gone across the asphalt, you know,
5 yards on my face. But the problem was, now I don't know in this actual comic if it's on an odd number page, but in the big collection with the Band on the Run cover, the first comic I ever bought was the Marvel team of the oversized one that collected all of them. And but if you turn and he's on an odd numbered page when he reveals his face.
Oh yeah.
Like the layout was like, I'm sure it wasn't like that in the original story. I hope not, because it's a great drawing, of his face with his teeth.
Yeah. All messed up.
Yeah.
Very good art. Okay, Billy,
that was mine.
That was Graham.
Okay,
Art.
Guys...
Art, embarrassing, shameful.
Oh Lord.
Good job, Graham.
Wow. All right, Art. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if you guys had shared this already. And
no, it's Art's turn.
Wait, it's Art's turn.
It is Art's turn. Oh, okay.
So keep champing at the bit there, Billy.
Billy, you know Aaron. He sees two white guys with some gray facial hair. He gets them all confused.
I don't know who's who.
So it's my turn.
Yes, it is your turn, Art.
All right, I'm gonna dazzle and amaze you yet again with my choice. This is the. Are you sharing?
Well, I'm waiting for you. Okay.
You're waiting for me.
Oh.
I say. Yeah, this is the hands of Shang-Chi, or however they say it for the new movie. They kind of changed the pronunciation. Shang-Chi, because that's how we always said it. Master of Kung Fu. Look at this. Look at this badass. These robotic tin soldiers with this green castle of it's kind of like from Oz. It's the Emerald City, and captive in a madman's crown. Yeah. So we got this. This is Gil Kane at his best, but whoa!
I knew it. Look, he's just rubbing it in. My God!
Enlarge that.
What is this? How did this happen?
Oh my gosh!
Hey Billy, I know you're a little late, but this is an original. I own this original sketch for the cover.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
He's got like 10 of them or something. He's just rubbing it in our face all night.
All of his choices are ones he's got the sketches for.
I know. Well, that would make it your favorite, wouldn't it?
One of my yes.
Now, who's the inker on this? Is that Giordano?
It looks really refined. There's some really busted up stuff with the anatomy, like
that's right up there. What does that say back there?
Oh yeah, it's right. Oh, look over to the left by GK and
Gil Kane, and it looks like a P. That's not a D. It's P something. Yeah, I can't see.
Diddy?
P Diddy drew this. Yes.
Oh, look at all the oil on those guys.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff. Like this arm is kind of weird, and this is weird. But you know what?
That's all Kane, though.
Yeah.
When you've got the original,
it doesn't have the inker's name on it, though.
That does kind of look like Giordano, though, doesn't it?
It's a little more wispy, and
does it say Gil Kane and Dick? Does it?
Oh
no, it's a P. It looks like a P. But yeah, if you look at the shoulder here.
All right, forget it. What issue number is that?
I think it's 34.
Yeah, Andy.
All right, I'll look it up.
Get on that, Andy.
Yeah,
I'm doing it.
So yeah, I guess it's kind of there in the drawing, the shoulder. But it doesn't look. I guess there's two different hand placements.
Oh yeah.
There's one coming forward, and then there's the one going back. I kind of like the forward one better.
Well, it fits better with he's done with the trapezius there. That's for sure.
Well, it brings your eye into the composition instead of bringing your eye outside of it. Well, somebody made a bad decision here. I blame the inker. I blame Dick Giordano.
I'm telling you right now, if you were trapped on an island with harmless toys that became deadly weapons, you might get your arm a little disjointed as well.
Yeah, I like the fangs. I like these robots have fangs.
Oh.
Now, did you buy that directly from that original art? Did you buy it directly from Gil?
It was given to me by a friend.
A
very good friend.
Okay.
Dude, your copy's better than what I found online, so blow it up again and go into that corner and let's see.
Go into the
where the signature is.
Yeah, doesn't it say, Marcus?
But you can't see. It looks like a P.
Yeah, but it's got to be written down in like the Marvel database, isn't it? Maybe that's an A?
I know, but we
be
like
A.
just trying to figure it out by looking at it.
A.
Who's an A?
Adkins is the only one I'm thinking of.
Al Milgram?
No, I
Not
don't
an
think that's
A,
it.
it's a P.
That's too refined for Al Milgram.
That's a P right there.
All right, I'll look in the database.
It's an A.
Screw it.
It could be an A.
Are you sure?
No, but it could be.
That's unlike any A I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of A's.
Oh, we know. Don't peacock on us.
I'm not going to peacock on anyone.
Oh my God, the stupid database just says Gil Kane.
Let me do a round robin right now. Okay. Would you guys have chose this direction for the arm or this direction for the arm?
Show me the final cover again.
Okay. Hold
Oh wait,
on.
I'm looking at it right now. Never mind.
Here's the layout.
I
And here's the finish. It looks awkward to me.
I can understand why he did it, because it's almost like that line going across his two arms kind of framed the guys down below and keeps everything down there.
Well,
And
I
it
think
opens up his figure to a cleaner silhouette than the arm coming down.
This action works pretty good, but do you think it brings your eye outside of the composition instead of in?
No, because I look at his arm
brings
going
it back
across and then that soldier coming down as part of the overall. Like if you draw a line going from his fist that's near the logo across his arm and shoulders, then down the one soldier and up the other, it kind of makes a circular type composition going on.
Well,
So no, it doesn't bring me out of it.
What about this? Other issues around this have Paul Galassi on inks.
Oh, could that be? Nah, it doesn't look like a P though.
Well, what's the issue number?
34.
It's 34.
Master of Kung Fu 34?
So then this
came out
one,
in 1975.
the arm was coming around. So I think it was like a down karate chop. Maybe.
Well, actually, if you put that swoop in there, I would go with the down shot too.
This one with the arm coming down, right?
Yeah, if you put the swoop in there, so it's like slicing that guy's head off. Yes.
Yeah, I would have probably widened this to make it look like it was going through his neck there.
Yeah.
Hiya! Take that,
Yeah.
you stupid big vein freaking robot thing.
Billy, we've waited so long for you to get here. I'm going to give you 2.
Yeah, tough, Billy.
Bless. Now I know if this was chosen before, and aside from Gil's obvious anatomical deficiencies in drawing, this one works too a bit with a discombobulated, retarded.
Did you say boob?
Discombobulated.
Okay.
Retarded. I don't know what disease-ridden Ebola happened to this guy's arm, but it's a Gil Kane cover. We have discussed this on the Bros. I don't know once before, but I just love it. I love this cover, and if I may, here's a share.
Oh
yeah, number 34, October, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I do like this.
October. That's your birthday month, Billy.
It is. Thank you very much.
Look at that. That's a beautiful. Look at that Tom Palmer ink.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's Palmer Incan, right?
I was gonna say that's Palmer.
That's
refined. Tom would allow this to happen right here, though.
Well, that's not as bad as the Shang-Chi, though.
It's pretty bad.
That's all. That's Kane, man. I mean,
I know
nothing
that's
had
Kane
fat. They were
arm.
just muscles, and
I understand, but and I, just things like one thing, why I get it where you kind of disappear, you go, the bricks, but how cool would that have been if it went straight up these bricks?
They didn't get paid for drawing behind the logos,
but she's fantastic. Look at the look at the contrapposto in her, right?
Well, if you want to get critical about shoulders, look at her shoulder. I mean, that thing looks like it's totally disjointed.
This one's not so bad, right here.
On Gil,
it's horrible because her boob is pointing the other direction. That would be forcing it the other way.
Yeah, like sensuous.
Oh my God, her
So
boobs look fine.
So let's turn this into a real Gil Kane critique.
No.
Not only his career, but is also his grand larceny of his
well,
his
that's
sticky
another
fingers
story.
artist.
That's another story.
Boy, you caught me.
Gil's strength.
yeah.
Gil's strength was his design and his dynamic impact.
But let me tell you something. This is chock full of design and dynamic impacts. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I used to love this book, Werewolf by Night. Bought it every month.
Me too.
Don't you think this would make a good TV show, kind of like the Hulk used to be, where this guy, Jack, what's his face, is Jack Russell, the dog, is traveling around, has no home, runs it, he becomes a werewolf, and has to deal with whatever town or situation he happens to be in. Be a great TV show.
That's funny. I never thought of it as a Jack Russell being a dog, and here he is a werewolf. Do you think that was on purpose?
Yep.
Well, that's why they named him Jack Russell, because of a dog.
You think so?
Well, I don't know about Jack Rottweiler would not be such a big thing.
I know, but Billy Bassett would have been fine.
Billy Bassett down?
Yeah.
Jack Bassett. Jack Bassett. That would have worked. Jack
He get like a really hound dog face,
Yeah, he's not very attractive. Remember, you got to think this is the 70s, man. This is when they're hippies, with the long Bobby Sherman, great. Everyone wanted to be Greg Brady. And of course, the most handsome of the Partridge Children is Danny Bonaducci.
I remember getting a Bobby Sherman album on the back of a cereal box, like a vinyl that you cut out, a little 45.
Was it plastic or it was,
Yeah.
Remember the red ones you'd get like for free? They were thinner, but they were always like red or something as the gifts.
Mm-hmm.
I remember those cereal box ones. You'd cut it out, and then it would have the thing in it. You'd have this square thing, spinning around with the circle part inside it.
Yep, that's right. I love those.
But what they would do is they laminated it onto the cardboard, right?
Yeah.
So it was cardboard, but it had like a sheet of plastic on it. So you cut it out, and it worked like a record. Pretty ingenious.
Pretty cool.
All to get us to buy sugar corn pops.
That's right. That single was David Cassidy's "I Think I Love You."
That thing.
I think I love you.
I got to tell you, I learned more about vitamin B12,
niacin,
riboflavin.
Yeah.
We probably could still name all the.
Yeah, they had to add all that stuff, so it would kind of be good for you.
You know why we know this? Because we didn't have iPads, so when we sat there eating our cereal, all we had was the box to read.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Read all that crap on the box.
Good times. Sugar.
I like the commercials. They used to say part of this nutritious breakfast. They would show an entire breakfast.
Right, like eggs, bacon.
Right.
And a bowl of cereal. Like, who eats that much stuff for breakfast?
It's kind of like dessert food for breakfast.
Right, exactly. This is your
It's not a good part, but it's a part.
Those were the days. Remember when you were sick and your mom would get you like Campbell's chicken and stars soup, and then like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on top of it? You'd have that, you just watching, I don't know, like The Rifleman or something on TV, or My Three Sons when you're homesick from
I always remember watching Sea Hunt when I was homesick.
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Yeah.
It was a werewolf episode in that, too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, a werewolf episode?
Yep.
Wow.
I just watched it not that too long ago. It wasn't too bad.
Somebody's got to step up and do the Irwin Allen thing on, for TV again. Just like a bunch of crazy sci-fi adventure shows.
Yeah. Land of the Giants was Irwin Allen.
Yeah.
All the disaster films, too. Yeah, Time Tunnel. And all the disaster films like Flame, what was it? Towering Inferno and Earthquake
with Charlton Heston, Steve McQueen.
Poseidon Adventure.
Yeah, Poseidon Adventure. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go with another one.
Yeah,
and this one I'm going in a completely different genre.
Okay.
It's a little sword and sorcery.
Mix it up.
Oh shit!
And incredibly dynamic. A comic cover that screams the 1970s. Just makes you want to pull it off the rack and read it in the gardener's stationery store and get yelled at by Mr. Gardner because you didn't plunk down your 20 cents for it.
Right, so I'm a library kid.
Billy Tucci.
That's right. But how about this one? There you go.
Oh yes, I love that one.
Covers.
That's
Wait a
Buscema.
minute.
That's
Yeah.
John Buscema.
I
That
was
is
gonna
Buscema
say-
inking them. You're right.
Look at that monster. Look how fun that is. I mean,
So
look at
Kane
disco
inked
ball.
by Buscema. Wow,
Yes,
crazy.
I
I
got-
love
look
that.
Yeah,
He's-
look
I
at the-
love
look at
this
the girl, and
combination.
look at Conan's face. That's Buscema.
Yeah.
Did he ever do like
Well,
an
just look at the
entire issue
rendering on
over
the
him?
look at the rendering on Conan's body.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
definitely Buscema.
Did Big John redraw this entire cover?
I don't think so.
No, I've
That
seen the
leg-
layout
that
to it.
leg looks
The-
like it's Kane.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
What about
What,
the arms?
what number is it? I'll see if I can find the layout to it. 'Cause I've seen the
46.
layout online.
What, Art doesn't
46.
have this?
Yeah. I don't
Come
have
on,
it.
Art.
Hey,
Jeez.
Graham, how do we pronounce this?
Oh, Shockoff.
Shock off.
Shockoff.
Get out of here, you shock off.
Yeah.
Nah,
Get
you
outta
jock-
here.
You're no
jock
good,
off.
dirty Shockoff.
But look at this gem. This I don't know, what is he made of? The elements made of iron. Oh my god.
Gems, I think
He's a
Let's hope.
disco ball come to life.
he is.
what is
That
Conan
is
gonna
the
do?
wizard spawn. That is the wizard spawn.
The wizard spawn. Look at that.
Wizard spawn.
And up in Alberta, Canada, there was some guy saying, "Yo, Spawn, that's a good idea for a name of a comic." I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make a character called Spawn.
He's even got like the disco collar on.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting close to the mid 70s here with this one. So
Yeah, and look at her. The girl is dynamic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
I like
that's-
that Conan's
all
in
the
chains,
that
but
girl.
she doesn't look like she's in chains, so she could get up and run if she wants.
yeah, how about helping out a little bit, honey? Gee.
Oh, come on. Remember come on. You ever see those videos of the girls trying to help out
Hey.
their boyfriends in street fights and they get the shit kicked out of them?
That's true.
This is still.
Grabs his arm or something. And
There you go. No, share that. Here you go. Nice high
oh,
res.
look at that. Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I love the hair
Mm-hmm.
on
Yeah. You
Conan.
see the white out in it?
Yeah.
All brush, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What ink do you think that is, Art?
This is probably Higgins because it looks really
Washed
it
out.
does
Yeah.
look-
Yeah.
it looks washed out. Yeah.
Look at the white out for the gem highlights in this dude.
Yeah.
Love it.
The hair. Look at the hair.
We got to bring a disco villain
It's,
back.
it's amazing, really, how sloppy the inks were back then, and yet the drawing was so strong. It just, when you pull back, it doesn't matter. And we're so, hyper focused on every perfect line and everything. And these guys were just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the whole beauty of it. It was that organicness to it.
yeah.
No,
No, I
I know,
agree.
dude. My inks look more like this now. That's the weird thing. I went from being super slick and tight to more organic like this and doing more stuff with whiteout.
Well, it's like we've been so programmed since the 90s, really, in
Yeah.
the image movement, and people like Art Bear forcing us
Ruin
to
comics. Yeah.
do really, really tight inking and, and perfect inking. And
It's true.
I think we should go back to the day of old shock cuff.
I agree. Shock off. That's what we'll call it. That's like new
style.
inking style.
The
Yeah.
wizard spawn. Shock off.
Well, he came from the Shockoff School of Art.
All right, so I guess I'm doing pretty good, huh?
Yeah, we're proud of you, man. I thought you were going to bring in fashion magazines or something, but no, you've
Well,
really.
that's interesting you said that because let me just tell you.
Oh my God.
All right. So I'm going to be the last one because we want to do campaigns before 6:00. But I'm going to do, let me see. How about, I'm going to do two real quick ones. This is sort of in honor of my good friend, Graham Nolan. So maybe we won't be battling in the negative zone for eternity. I love this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
love that cover.
Yeah.
Yes. It's one of the best in that era. That was one of the best covers, I thought.
Yeah.
Again, single, big image, dynamic, Romita
Super
inks.
powerful.
That is
Yeah.
definitely Romita ink. See, I'm learning these things, guys.
Yeah, look how thick he is, though. It's like, don't.
And
mess-
the inside of this, Ross Andrew, John Romita.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. And you know who the secret identity of the Spidey super foe is?
No.
The Shocker,
Shocker.
baby. The Shocker.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess with electricity in the water. That's all I'm saying.
Shocker, the son of Shock Koth, the
Yes.
barbarian.
Yes.
descendant of
Shock.
But it's so funny if you look at the this texturing on the wall and this stuff down here, that is so Romita.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
that's the razor blade technique is what he's using there.
Scratch it.
Mm-hmm.
Can we find that, Andy? Can you try to find the black and white of that?
Heritage had it.
I mean, I'll see if I can. Well, if Heritage
Do you
had
think,
it,
do you think a young Mike Zeck saw this cover and it just kind of went, "That's it, I will become a comic book artist"?
Well, you know, I thought Gil Kane was the premier cover artist in the 70s, and I thought Mike Zeck was the premier cover artist in the 80s.
But this definitely looks like Zeck could have seen this in his early years and went, "Yeah, I'm going to draw like this."
Yeah. Well, his stuff was always very big. He had the same type of layouts, big, powerful, centralized images, and just love his stuff as well. Maybe we should do a Zeck show. Yeah.
I might have to do that.
Okay, so here's the other one. This is also, I guess maybe I'm trying to placate Graham because I do not want to battle in eternity with him. But here's a little DC action. What do you guys think of this one?
Ooh,
I like it.
I like that one.
You know the amazing thing about this book? I have a near mint copy of this.
I knew it.
Look at that hand.
You know, the weird thing is he can shrink everything but his hands.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. You know what's funny about this cover is here you have the tiniest man alive is a giant on the cover.
That's the whole cover blurb. The colossal. Yeah. The tiny titan turns into the world's tallest superhero.
This book should be worth money, but it isn't. But I still love it. I got it anyway, in near mint condition, by the way.
I'll tell you that it's weird, but that the lightning.
Well, you can fight Ethan tomorrow in the Graybeards.
Yeah,
check your comments.
That thundercloud in the background is beautifully executed.
Okay, all right. We'll see what Ethan brings to the table tomorrow on Graybeards. He's talking a little trash in there.
No.
I'm with Ethan on that. This is not a favorite of mine.
You don't like that? The big old hand coming down and
yeah.
Oh, you guys, what do you know?
It's nice. It's not a favorite, but it's cool.
Kane in this era at DC was not my favorite at all. The stuff he did on Green Lantern I really liked, but you know, he still hadn't gotten that super dynamic look yet.
You don't think that's dynamic?
Not when you compare it to some of the other things that we've already looked at. You know,
I don't even know why. I don't even know I'm on this show. I can't believe the stuff that's being said. All right, well let's move over to this.
Do you think they saw Gulliver?
There we go.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Look how clean it is.
Hey, look at that.
Gotta love Heritage. Get those nice scans.
Look at that Romita inks, man.
God, how much do you
think
at
that rat?
For? Does this show how much it went for, Andy?
Yeah, I'll sign in when we're done.
Dude, you finish inking a cover like this, you take the wife to Sizzler. Right? Like,
Sizzler.
For the day.
Hey, Sizzler back then was, that was expensive. Come on.
That's true.
Yeah, Sizzler was ground round.
Yeah. He probably got $100 to ink this book.
Hey, on special occasions, our dad would take us to Chuck Wagon. You guys heard of that buffet style?
Oh, yeah. Chuck Wagon. Yeah. All right, let me see
dog
this
food with the
remember? Remember the Chuck Wagon dog food commercials?
The animated horse and the buggy, and the dog would be chasing it.
Yeah, and then it would disappear through the cabinet, and the dog would slam into it.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Wow, Aaron's dad fed his kids dog food, and they thought they were getting a treat.
No, well,
okay. Let's play the game real quick.
Dad, so it's fine. At least you had it, Dad.
Let's play the game real quick. This sold in 2016. Graham Nolan, for how much money did that Spider-Man cover sell for?
In 2016?
Yep.
Oof. $56K.
Art to bear.
I was gonna say like 20, 25K, something like that.
Billy Tucci.
Now it's a gorgeous cover. It's striking. You can see the shape. Is there anything significant about it?
No.
Or it's just a great cover.
Just a great cover.
No, it's issue 151, so that has nothing to do with anything.
I'm going to go with the and it's a Gil Kane and John Romita Sr. cover.
Yep.
I'm going to say $44,000.
Aaron Lopresti.
150.
Wow.
Aaron Lopresti, you were the closest without going over $155,350.
Holy shit.
In what year? 2019?
2016.
2016.
2016 it went that high.
It was only 8 years ago. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, but
It's a beautiful
after COVID.
Look at people were excited. Trump was elected. The economy we thought might get
That's
turned
right.
around.
Guys,
No.
like my 401k just spiked quite a bit. I think I'll take a hit and pull some money out, get something good.
I bet right now that'd go for probably like 350 though.
Oh yeah.
The thing about that image is it's sold for that just because it's striking and it's well executed. I mean, it's just a beautiful piece of art. Like
It's also
like
Romita and Kane doing Spider-Man.
yeah, it's not significant in any way. It's not like this happened or that happened. It's just a really, really beautiful piece of artwork.
Yeah, it's
and I
pleasant.
like to see stuff like that. Like, just great art going for, a good price.
Well, you know what else
Yeah.
is great art and going for a good price? We all have campaigns, and they're all listed in the description of this video, links to those campaigns. So if you want to get there after each of us talk, just go in that link and hit that link. It'll in the description, hit the link, it'll take you right there. Andy, what have you got for us?
We have got. Go ahead, share the screen if you would, please.
Of course I will.
We've got Cordrat the Awakening, $53,133. Got some more backers. Thank you guys very much. Go check it out. 64 pages of awesome barbarian action. Cordrat, Adriana are back, picking up where the previous book, Cordrat the Reckoning, left off. They have to fight a legion of the undead to save the Black Eagles tribe from Vordoom the Undying. Rini Strakowski did a nice cover for us. That is now available. And we're doing the black and white of her cover with no logo or anything. That is only available in the box. So if you want to get that cover, get the collector's box, no extra charge. And guys who did already back the box tiers, both these covers are going to be in those boxes that you already backed. So
Fantastic.
what a bargain. They've been added to the bundles. So go check it out. And get on it. I just wrapped up page 30. What is that? 8 today.
Wow.
So there you go.
Moving right along. Very nice, Andy. Art of Roy came up with some information. He said he found it. Giordano inked the Shang-Chi cover with touches by Romita.
Nailed
All
it.
right. Yeah.
Graham did.
Graham did it.
It did
Speaking
not
of
look like a
Graham,
D. It didn't look anything like a D, though. Very, very strange.
D is for
Remember-
Dick.
I don't know, Billy. You're pretty good at sizing up D's.
I can size up a D. Heck yeah, man.
Double D.
I can
Graham,
fucking size
It's a
it.
good time.
Graham, save us. What have you got for
Well,
us?
first off, I want to thank Aaron for taking the show tonight because in order, it was supposed to be my show, but I'm taking it next week because we're going to launch Escape from Monster Island. And we're going to launch it. I'll launch it earlier in the afternoon. Then we're going to continue on with the bros. And we're going to also have a monster theme show for the bros. We're going to discuss our favorite monster designs in comics and in film.
Whoa.
So it's going to be a Monster Tuesday next Tuesday as we launch Escape from Monster Island.
Sounds great.
Share my screen, Aaron. I want to show the
I
latest
will
cover
indeed.
that I had just finished. This is the what I call the distressed cover to make it look like it's been well read by a kid who stuck it in his back pocket. And
I don't know what that means. I've never seen one like this.
I mean, except for Aaron.
I was going to say,
never looked like this.
Aaron will not be backing this cover.
No, I just give me
So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun next week. So go to I'm assuming the link is in there for the sign up.
Yep.
For Escape from Monster Island.
Well, there's still early sign up tonight if you want to get in there before you launch, isn't there?
Oh yeah, you can sign up before we launch. So, and I'm encouraging everybody to do that.
And that link is there too, as well as Eye of Ra. So we have two links.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. So yeah, you sign up. The reason you sign up is you'll get a secret link on launch time, and then when you back the book, your orders go out first. They're shipped first, and you also get the collectible trading card. So we're finishing Return to Monster Island now. Just a few more packages left and a few CGCs to go out. But had you backed it, had you been a sign up, you'd have gotten your books already. So that's why I just encourage everybody to get in and sign up when you can. It's no obligation. You don't have to buy anything, but if you do buy anything with the sign up list, you get those benefits. So, so do that, and check out Joe Frankenstein, The Eye of Ra. That's the other one that's currently funding. Those pages are looking amazing. And I want to thank everybody for tuning into the Bros and for supporting all of our books.
Okay. Quickly before Art jumps in here, let me remind everybody, please hit the like and subscribe. Helps the channel grow and helps us be motivated to continue to do this, because if we don't feel good about ourselves, what have we got left? You guys can make us feel good about ourselves by liking and subscribing to the channel. And this is a rotating channel. So next week, like I said, it'll be Graham hosting. So anyway, Art Taber, what have you got to sell us?
Yeah, my self-esteem is all based on our viewers and chat.
Likes and subscriptions.
That's if you guys don't do that, I'm gonna probably just end it all tomorrow. So,
oh damn.
So we have oodles and doodles and other stuff too. We have this great video by Shanthan Jetty.
Art Taber's Oodles of Doodles and Other Stuff Too is a 60-page, 9x12 hardbound book that will be printed on thick glossy stock paper and is a compilation of artwork from award-winning artist Art Taber.
That's me.
This book is filled with images that come from Art's Marvel, DC, Image, and Comicsgate work. That includes convention doodles, commissions, creator-owned IPs, and pop culture subjects that Art has brought to life with his masterful draftsmanship. Art Taber's signature style is both lyrical and meticulously realized. The mastery of craft, seen in his work, owes itself to his 40 years in the comic industry, as well as viewing life through his own love of the art form itself. Fans of art prints have the opportunity to back one or both of the mini print tiers. Both are stunning collections of work that you can back individually or together as a bundle. Art Taber's Oodles of Doodles and Other Stuff Too. Back it now on Indiegogo.
I backed it.
Oh, thank you. Eat your heart out, Gil Kane. Yeah. So this is a 9x12. It's 64 pages. We just added 4 pages to the book. So I want to thank each and every one of you for supporting it and backing it. We are in demand right now, but don't let that slow you down. We are going to print very, very soon, and these books will be shipping before Christmas. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed. And also, I have a pre-launch sign-up page that, if I'm not taking too much time, I'd like to share with you guys. Yeah.
Billy's got no place to go. He's already been there. So
are you sharing? Are you sharing?
I'm sharing.
There you go. There you go. All right, you guys. This is Black and White. It comes out later this month. We are going to launch this bad boy. It is 30 years in the making. So this is Sins of the Father. This will be volume 3. And if you guys sign up before we go live, you will get this fantastic Juju trading card, which is right there, the new big bad for the series. So is that bad Juju or good Juju? She is bad Juju. She's not a good
for her.
She's evil. She's evil. Don't touch her. She's evil. And then of course we got the cover, and this is colored by the brilliant Kyle Ritter. Kyle of the Ritter. So yeah, you guys sign up today and you'll get that free Juju trading card with a backing. So get on that. It doesn't cost you anything to do that. And we're going to launch the end of October this month. So all
right. The chat is doing everything they can to help you. Don't do it, Art. Don't do it, man. Stay with us, Art.
Well, if I don't get a backer tonight, it's done. I'm done.
Oh my God.
Oh, all right, Billy. Tell us tales of the Rocketeer, if you would.
It doesn't matter. If Art's going to kill himself, I think I'm going to grenade in my mouth because no one's backing Rocketeer on Indiegogo. So well, you guys would like it. I guess not.
Because we do what we can, Billy. We do what we can.
Do what we can. That's fine. But next week she comes back. On the Kings, I'm going to launch, and Monday we're going to, and if I can share it on the Bros gram, our New York Comic Con special edition. Haikyo #1 New York Comic Con special, limited to 99 copies. We're going to have that for the New York Comic Con, which is the following weekend. And I think I'll launch, if the art gets done, to launch our pre-launch page,
Pre-launch page, yeah.
Gate Crasher, which will launch later on this month. I just have to talk to my fellow bros, you in particular, Mr. T Bear. Thanks for the cover today. I just don't want to step on each other's toes. And I want to thank you, Aaron, because most I knew about Gil Kane, and he did call me once, if I ever told that story.
Oh, no.
That's my boy.
Is this true?
Honest to God, I swear my
true?
kids.
Okay, tell us the story.
Okay, so it's 94, maybe the summer of 1994. She's came out in March. I probably have 3 issues out by then. It's a big deal. My phone number was in the books, right? So I don't know who gave it to him, but I get a phone call. Hello, can I speak to Billy? I'm like, oh yeah. And he goes, oh, this is Gil Kane. I'm like, what? No. Like, no, it is Gil Kane. I'm like, oh my God, sir. Wow, what can I do for you? He's like, how did you do it? That's what he said. How did you do it? You self-published your own comic? And I went through the whole thing, and I got Gil Kane's phone number, and I would talk to him a few times after that.
That's so cool.
Did he ever refer to you as my boy?
No. But the story of my boy, but he had that very air about him and stuff. And I was friends with John Tartaglione, who he was. But Aaron, I got to tell you, I had a lot of fun searching my favorite Gil Kane covers, and I actually found like 6 or 7 of them. I didn't see that last Spider-Man one was truly dynamic, because for the most part, aside from Gil calling me, most I knew about him was, his running of his criminal art syndicate of the 80s.
I was going to say, the only way this story would have been better is if you'd been visiting Frazetta when Gil Kane called you.
Oh, like, did Frazetta hate Gil Kane or something? Oh, I see.
No, just, can you double up the impact of your name dropping?
Yeah, right. I should. No, but
because Billy knows everybody.
And then throw in Ben Stiller.
Yeah, exactly.
Ben and Jerry.
I loved how I got you guys with that one. I think our Aaron, you're like, oh, would you get some ice cream? And then I'm like,
yeah, you reeled me in on that one.
Thank you so much, Ben. Good luck in your Hollywood career. And Mr. Stiller, I'm a huge fan of yours. You guys.
Where does it end? Everybody knows Billy.
But that's true. Those 3 stories are true. Like, I lied about. I'm telling you, it's true that I lied about Ben and Jerry Stiller. I never met them.
Well, oh my gosh. So anyway, the link to Billy's Rocketeer campaign, which he didn't even mention, is in the description of the video here.
Yeah, it's in the description. Thanks
for
thanks
if you're back tonight, Billy is not long for the third.
Thank you.
Real quickly,
I have 100 backers of that campaign. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I have a little campaign called Wraith of God 3 Fear Hollow. The Wraith and Esther square off against the Headless Horseman and a witch from the Wraith's past. What does it all mean? Well, you're going to have to back it and read it to find out. But folks, you don't want to miss this one. Real quickly, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 cover options. The last one's by the great Chris Stevens. Nice little painted cover there. So lots of good stuff on this campaign. I won't go through it all right now, but if you follow the link in the description of this video, it'll take you right there, and you can back Wraith of God 3 Fear Hollow. Gentlemen, that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you all very much.
One more thing. I just got an idea for a show. If you guys liked this original art, this Gil Kane stuff that I've been showing off here, I'm going to scan this stuff tonight, and I'll do a morning hullabaloo. And I'll give you, I think I almost have the whole issue of Hawk and Dove, and then I have various Gil Kane covers. But these are all his breakdowns and layouts. And I don't know if you can see this box right here in this stack.
Yeah.
These are all like layouts and really cool stuff. I got some Jose Luis Garcia Lopez Twilight breakdowns.
That's awesome.
All kinds of really cool stuff. So I'll be showing that off on my morning hullabaloo show. So stay
Nice.
tuned for that.
There you go.
And one last thing. Speaking of treasures, look at what I found today. You guys ready for this?
Yeah, I don't know.
boy.
Are we?
Is
Oh,
that your movie
Floppy disk.
I don't know.
or just a floppy disk?
It's a floppy.
Yeah.
Double-sided art.
Wow.
I mean, Andy Smith. So,
do you even know what's on it?
I do not.
I was going to say, there's no way to really find
The
out.
label.
I've got a reader plugged into my. I've got a reader for those right
Oh,
here.
do you?
Yeah.
It's actually a disc if you look
Yeah.
at it. I didn't know.
Yeah.
that.
You just push it in.
Aaron, do you just have it there to
floppy
collect dust?
Oh no, I have a bunch of those that has artwork on them that never got transferred over to like anything else. So I still have them. So if I need to
Yeah.
access them, I can put it in there.
Cool.
And it's
That
covered
is
by a
amazing.
bunch of paper and stuff, so it's not getting dusty. So I feel good about it. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's Brofessionals. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for the super chats. Thank
is that
you guys
zip
for
drive?
participating. See, there you go, a zip drive.
Heck yeah.
And remember, next week, Graham Nolan launches Return to Monster Peninsula, and I'm sorry, Monster Island, and
No, Monster Archipelago.
that's what it is. Monster
Damn
Archipelago is one of those. So anyway, join us next week for the Brofessionals. See you guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody.